looked up at a dark silhouette on a rooftop and felt a chill run down your spine? What if that silhouette had glowing red eyes staring back at you tonight? We delve into one of America's most chilling and mysterious urban legends, the Mothman. Is it a monster, a messenger, or something else entirely? Our story begins in the quiet, unassuming town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Back in November 1966, it was a time when life was simple, but that was all about to change. Suddenly, terrified locals began reporting sightings of a truly bizarre creature. They described a humanoid figure standing nearly 2 meters tall with a massive wingspan and, most unnervingly, 2 large, burning red eyes that glowed in the darkness. Imagine driving down a deserted country road and seeing that in your headlights. The fear was palpable. Panic started to ripple through the community as more and more people came forward with their own terrifying encounters. This wasn't just a fleeting shadow. Witnesses claimed the creature could move at incredible speeds, effortlessly keeping pace with cars traveling over 100 miles per hour. Its huge bat-like wings didn't flap loudly. Instead, it glided silently through the sky, a dark specter against the moon. The sightings were often followed by a deep sense of dread, a feeling that something terrible was on the horizon. This led to a burning question that split the community. Was this creature a malevolent monster causing fear, or was it something else? A warning sign. The legend of the Mothman took a much darker turn on December 15, 1967. The Silver Bridge, a major artery connecting Point Pleasant to Ohio, collapsed during rush hour traffic, plunging dozens of cars into the icy waters of the Ohio River. It was a horrific tragedy that claimed 46 lives and left the entire nation in shock. In the aftermath, a chilling pattern emerged. Numerous people came forward claiming they had seen the Mothman in the days and even hours leading up to the collapse. They reported seeing it perched on the bridge's structure or flying overhead, its red eyes fixed on the soon-to-be disaster zone. This connection cemented the Mothman's reputation. It wasn't just a random monster for many. It was a harbinger of doom. Believers were convinced the creature wasn't causing the disasters, but was trying to warn people, appearing in places where tragedy was about to strike. Strangely, after the Silver Bridge collapsed, the sightings in Point Pleasant abruptly stopped. The creature, having seemingly delivered its final tragic prophecy for the town, simply vanished. But the story was far from over. The events in Point Pleasant captured the national imagination. Newspapers ran sensational headlines. Authors like John Keel investigated the phenomenon in his famous book, The Mothman Prophecies. Paranormal researchers flocked to the small town, hoping to uncover the truth. The Mothman transformed from a local spook story into a full-blown international urban legend. It became a symbol of the unknown, a mystery that blurred the lines between reality, folklore, and mass hysteria. So, what was it that people saw? Skeptics offer several explanations. Most commentaries suggest that the Mothman was simply a misidentified large bird like a sandhill crane or a great horned owl. A large owl, when caught in headlights, can have eyes that reflect red. Its appearance could certainly be startling to an unsuspecting witness in the dark. The stress and fear from initial sightings could have then fueled a wave of mass hysteria where every shadow and strange noise was interpreted as the creature. Psychologists point out that once a compelling story takes hold in a community, people can unconsciously start seeing what they expect or fear to see. However, these rational explanations don't satisfy everyone. How does a misidentified owl explain the creature's immense size, its humanoid shape, or its ability to fly at such high speeds? And what about the sheer number of witnesses, many of whom were credible? Sober individuals who were genuinely terrified by what they encountered. Believers argue that the details of the sightings are too consistent and too bizarre to be dismissed so easily. Some theories venture into the paranormal, suggesting the Mothman is an interdimensional being, an alien scout, or even a cryptid animal unknown to science. For them, the Mothman is proof that there are things in our world that we simply do not understand. Decades have passed, but the legend endures. The Mothman has been sighted in other parts of the world, often preceding other major disasters. Reports surfaced of a similar creature being seen near the Chernobyl nuclear plant before its meltdown in 1986, and some even claim it was spotted in New York before the September 11th attacks. These subsequent sightings are less documented than the original Point Pleasant events, but they keep the legend alive, fueling the idea that the Mothman continues its silent, lonely vigil today. Point Pleasant has embraced its unusual history. There's an annual Mothman festival, a dedicated museum, and a striking 12-foot-tall chrome statue of the creature in the center of town. Tourists flock there, a mix of curious skeptics and true believers, all drawn to the mystery. The town has turned its moment of terror into a unique cultural identity, but as we stand in the modern world surrounded by technology and science, the core question remains unanswered. Look up at the rooftops of your own city tonight. Imagine a dark, winged figure standing there, its red eyes glowing. Would you dismiss it as a trick of the light, or would you feel that ancient primal fear, the sense that you're being watched by something not of this world? Is the Mothman real, a product of fear, or is it a timeless warning from the universe, a message that we have yet to fully comprehend? Perhaps the truth is that we don't really want to know. What do you think? Is the Mothman a real creature, a psychological phenomenon, or just a really good ghost story? Let me know your theories down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy exploring the world's greatest mysteries, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next investigation. See you next time.